you have a 13-year-old son.
Yes.
How do you talk to him about mental health and, coming to mom? Because mom's an expert, you know what I'm saying? So, but I know he's going through the teenage phase of puberty and trying to find himself. So how do you talk to him about those issues?
Well, I've been talking to my son about mental health, about the healthiness of his mind since the day that he was born. The first thing that I did when, he came out of my body and the Lord breathed breath into his life and he gave him to me was, you are an amazing person. You are handsome. You're smart. You can do all things. I've been saying that to my son. He's 13 now, for the last 13 years. To now I don't even have to finish it. I'm handsome. I'm smart. I can do all things. He knows it like the back of his head. So when it comes to school, I'm like, you have any challenges? No, Mommy, I'm smart. I can do all this. It's fine. Well, I guess you don't need me then. He's playing soccer. He's been playing now soccer for 7 years. And I'm like, how are you doing? How's your breathing? What do you think about these? I got this, Mommy. Me and the coach, we're doing fine. I can do it all. Okay. But that's nothing new to him. Because what we tell our children, what we tell our men, what we call them by name, even if it is a nickname, who we call them by as far as their name, how do we address them, will internalize who they are. So when we got challenging boys, I'm going to ask the parent, can you tell me what his nickname is? What do you call him when he's acting up? What do you say? Because if the first thing is something negative, even using, I don't even want to say the word on here, but just even using the N-word that was utilized for slavery, guess what you just did? You've now told him who he is. That is now his image. So he's going to act as such. So why are you getting upset? You told him who he was by calling him a certain name. So he's going to act as such. So instead of using derogatory names towards my son, I use names that will uplift his spirit. Okay. And then I remind him, you are a young boy. You're going to grow up to be a young man, and you're going to be a man. You know what? Hold your head up. Hold your head up even when things don't go right. Because you are what? I want to hear it. And then you say it. All right, I don't want to hear it no more. Let's do this. If he wants to cry, he'll hold it in. I'm like, that's not in my house. You're going to cry. Let it out. And we're not going to move until you cry. And he'll look at me and then tears start. And I said, go ahead. And I'll say, lay on me. And he'll just cry. And I'm like, you feel better? He's like, I actually do. Feels lighter. And then he doesn't have anything weighing on him. But if you talk to a lot of young boys, they're still harping over what their daddy did or didn't do. What their mama did or didn't do. Yeah, just because they're not talking about it doesn't mean they're still not dealing with it.
Yeah.
It's okay to cry if you are a boy or a man.
That is true.
You have to cry. If you don't, then you will stuff all of this in here and you'll find yourself sick.
Yeah.
And I encourage every man out there, if you got something to cry about it. If you want to cry about it alone, cry about it alone. Or cry about it with somebody. But cry. Yeah. Let it out. It's okay. I don't know what it is to be a man. I'm a woman. That's who I am. But I believe that your strength comes in your weakness. Because if you can get over and you can move past it and you're verbal about it and you're talking about it, that shows more strength than somebody that's just hiding behind it.
That's true.
Don't hide. Get it out and move on. Yeah.
Wow. Very powerful. Man, I might cry.
It's okay. I love you. Absolutely.
So, you've been doing a lot of speaking engagements. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
How has that been going, speaking in front of large crowds and strangers? Because a lot of people have a fear of public speaking, but you're just so natural with it and everything, and just,
Well, I love speaking. I love teaching. You know, I got an opportunity to be a professor at USC.
Okay.
So that was awesome. I did that for 4 years before I went into the doctoral program. And I just love talking about growth. I love talking about moving forward. And any subject that you give me that I'm comfortable with, I want to give it right back. Okay. And so I love speaking, and I love being on a stage. I love, doing those kinds of things. But see, before speaking, you didn't know this, but I don't look like it no more, but that's okay, I'm aging well, y'all. Yeah. I'm aging well. But I actually used to be a model.
Really?
Yes, I did. I did local stuff, like hair modeling, swimsuits, stuff like that. I did a calendar. And so I got into that for the extra money. Yeah. And a lot of people kept coming up to me, photographers kept coming up to me and was like, hey, you want to do this shoot? You got this look or whatever. And I said, sure, if it's going to help me pay for books for school. Yeah. I went ahead and did it. And so I kept doing it. And then after that, I moved into people wanted just to hear me, talk about, my expertise. And so I got more comfortable with that. And I found that I was better at speaking than I was at writing. So I would tell my professors, can I please just present my paper rather than write it? But I got into that because I felt that I needed to tell my story. Yeah. And it's not about, I got to just talk about my woes. But I had a story to tell. And my story propelled me into my purpose. And I lived my destiny on purpose because of my pain. I've been through a lot. Yeah. But you'll never know that by looking at me. But every single trauma, every single pain that I've been through has put me on a stage to release somebody else. So I love speaking. And I cannot wait. 2 major things that are coming up. November 16th and 17th, I've connected with Natalie Randall, CEO of Black Businesswomen Rock. You guys got to get her on your couch.
Definitely.
She's got a gala coming up, and she has amazing speakers. But one of the speakers, I love her. I adore this woman. She's actually the reason behind my book getting published, because everything that she taught me as a mentor. Dr. Venus Opal Reese, the Black women's millionaire mentor. When I tell you this woman, she came from the gutter to having 2 PhDs, graduated from Stanford, you name it, this woman is amazing. And she's going to be at this event. And I got an opportunity to moderate one of her sessions. Okay. This is my mentor, y'all, and I'm just excited. Wow. And so I work so good to be on the same stage as the people that I admire. And she is someone that I literally owe my book and all my future books to, and who that I am and how I see money, And the other thing is coming up next year, July 19th. It's July 2018. I don't remember the dates, but it's for 5 days in Dallas, Texas, at the Dallas Stadium, AT&T Dallas Stadium. Okay. It holds 20,000 people. Yeah. Les Brown is going to be on stage.
Oh, wow.
Guess who else going to be on stage with Les Brown?
Hey. That's big. Congrats.
Big, right? So he's another person that I love and follow. He keeps me going every morning. He's in my head. Yeah. Between TD Jakes, God, my son, and all that in my head every single morning. I get to be on stage with Les Brown. And all of the people that follow him. Yeah. Amazing opportunity. I am so excited.
It's amazing.
Y'all need to be at these events, y'all. Yeah. Because it's some powerful people. And man, it's going to be impactful. So that's what I live for. Yeah. To be next to my mentors, to be next to people that have paved the way. To really have me do more than, that I ever believed that I ever could, because my God is a big God, and so I shouldn't have any small dreams. Amen. So I'm just living and enjoying this whole journey.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what else can we expect from you in the future besides those big events?
Those definite big events. I got a few other events that's coming up. October 6th is where I'm going to be speaking for the 100 Black Women Coalition for their mental health event, and it's free. It's going to be at Rogers Park, and that's from 10 to 4. Free, you guys. Bring the kids, bring the family. Of course, I'm going to be talking about mental health. Yeah. October 20th is a transparency event on relationships, and even though that's Keandra's, still on relationships, I can still work with couples as well. I can do all things like I tell my son. And so I'm talking to couples about, relationships and coming together. I've been married now for 4 years. This is actually my second marriage, and I've learned so much. So I'm going to be talking to them about, relationships and being married and what that means in regards to, coming together in mental health. And I'm looking to work on something. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
But I'm looking to talk with young people about dating. Now, everybody's talking about the dating. Everybody's doing that. I got that.
Yeah.
But I want to teach on a topic called lemon and water dating. How can you have a lemon and water date? And pretty much it's a date where you go to a restaurant, but you don't eat. You have a conversation first. You get a glass and some ice and some water, a straw, and some lemons. And you have a conversation on 10 important topics. And from that conversation, you do money on something you're not sure about, when you can have a straightforward, grown conversation and see how that works. So I'm working on something like that.
I like that.
But folks got to be ready to jump.
Yeah, because not a lot of people can have conversations and.
Yeah, and it's just all it's air. It's hot air.
Yeah.
But when you have a compelling conversation with somebody and you have a purpose, then you weed out some folks. I mean, my first date with my husband, I had those 10 items on my list to discuss. And I said, you can stay or you can go, because I actually have another date right after you. So we need to keep this thing going.
Whoa.
Yeah, I had another date right after I met with him on our first date, because I was like, I got stuff I need to do because I'm single. You can't, I can do whatever I want to do. Yeah. And I said, you can stay or you can go. Well, 7 months later, he proposed, and then on my birthday of that same year, he bought me a house. So what I'm saying is, when you have a certain type of conversation with folks, you put out all the crap, all the bull. You put everything out on the table. Because if you don't want to waste your time in having to figure this out 2 years, 3 years later, then your heart's broken, you could save time and money on that. So why spend money on Morton's? Have this conversation first, and then if you want to finish and you're still hungry and you want to eat with that person, then you order. It should only take about a 15-minute conversation.
That's true.
Yeah, so something I'm working on. We'll see.
I like that. So I want you to, if you have any advice you want to give to any upcoming consultants or social workers, people in that field where they have to really help people out, what would you?
First and foremost, find out what it is you want to do. Get your niche. If it's something that you have to get your degree, research that. If it's something that you don't necessarily have to go to a 4-year university, then find out what type of mentorships programs you can get into. Get with a coach. Maybe even intern with another consultant, a consulting agency, and learn from them. I'm big on internships. I'm big on mentoring. I actually, my organization, KW Essential Services with Keandra, we actually have interns that not only want to learn how, get their clinical supervision hours, but they're coming to us to learn how to speak, to become an author. They want to intern with us. They want to see, what is this life all about? And so we don't mind taking in mentees, but you got to be hungry, you got to be serious. And if you're not hungry, if you're not living on purpose, if you're not willing to be up all night for this thing, don't waste somebody's time. But my strongest advice is to get up under somebody who's already doing it. Serve them. Serve someone who's bigger than you. If you serve somebody who's bigger than you and you give them their all and you're behind the scenes and you're learning from them, guess what? You got education that money can't buy, and you now can run your own thing. And it's for free. So those are the things that I will give out, to folks as an advice, to be able to get up under someone and learn from them. Get a coach, get a mentor. Serena Williams still got a coach.
Yeah.
Okay? Even Beyonce. Cardi B has a coach. She's not just off doing her thing. Yeah. I love me some Cardi B. Cardi, if you ever look at this, honey, I love you. And give the baby a kiss from me and all those 10 toes, honey. Just kiss the baby. Anyway, I'm a mom, girl, do your thing. But even she has a coach.
Yeah.
She just, she has to have somebody moving her, helping her create, having her look at all. You cannot be so big that you're unteachable. If you're not coachable, don't come to KW. Don't come to the lease. If you're not willing to be coached, I ain't got that kind of time. And you got to be willing to invest. Everything is not always free. Okay? You can't get everything off the dollar menu.
That's true.
Okay, so if you're willing to give a university $120,000 or $200,000, think about giving that to a consultant. You can cut out the middleman and get out there a lot faster and make that money back 10 times more. Yeah.
Very true. So how can the people reach you? They want to get in contact with you.
Well, you can definitely reach me on Instagram under Wendy_Talley, TALLEY_LCSW. Definitely follow me on my Instagram. I'm growing my followers. It's amazing. I'm back, y'all. Definitely you can, with the Lease Consulting Group, it's THELESE Consulting Group. Follow me that way. And of course with Keandra, with KW Essential Services, you know, you can follow me there as well. I'm on Instagram more often. Love my Facebook, but I'm Instagram more often. So get with me and yeah, let's just do business together.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Solomon.
You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Black Solutions. But don't forget to visit our website at Black Solutions Media to find all profiles, articles, and everything black. Thanks, y'all.